Hey guys, we're going to talk a little bit about editing audio in Premiere today. Let's keep in mind that because this is a basic class, there is an entire class about audio that you will learn a lot more of the nuanced and trickery, behind good audio. But good audio is important, and what we want to take away from Moving Image Lab is that recording your original video and audio as well as you can is the most important thing. It's not about fixing it in post or learning a lot of fancy techniques in this class. It's about basic recording of audio as well as you can, and that means having the controls correct on the camera, monitoring it in your headphones as you record, and those are two really important things to know. Another thing that's important, if you hear a hum, if you hear traffic noise in the back, you cannot fix that in post. I think Paul emphasized that in his interview. What are the other things that are really hard to fix in post? The echo. Ugh, you can't, like in a big echoey room. So just do everything you can to avoid those situations. And let's just talk about some very, very basic audio right now. So what we're looking at here is a interview that I conducted with my boyfriend, David. He is always my guinea pig because he's always available. So I shot a little bit of footage of him just talking about some nonsense about he has red hair and he gets sunburned easily. So I interviewed him about that. It's not so much the topic that I wanted to emphasize as it is the construction of an interview with B-roll. So here we are looking at the clip. I've listened to it already, so the waveform looks pretty good here. Let's just listen to the raw audio. What we did was use a lavalier, this Sony lavalier that's clipped right down pretty close to the base of his neck. And it was, the receiver was directly input into the Panasonic camera. Let's just listen to this.
Teen skin.
That's right. Dave Hedman interview, take one. This is about right where we want those levels at -12.
Hi.
Hi. Let's start by having you tell me your name for the camera. Just introduce yourself.
My name is David Hedman. People call me Dave, whether I like it or not. But sometimes, I don't know.
He gets nervous on camera, like we all do. So, as you see, let's just mute this and just it's not going to show the... Do it one more time.
Talk amongst yourselves. Hi, my name is David Hedman.
So that's a number one thing that is handy to have when you're shooting multiple interviews. Have the person identify themselves. And if you don't know how to spell their name, or even if you think you do, have them spell out their name for you, so that when you're making in a lower third, you'll be able to do it. All right, so right now I haven't done anything to this audio. Almost every time I do editing, I bring the vocal audio up a little bit. So instead of pulling up, like this would be maybe the obvious thing is to pull up the volume. David, we're here today to
You can call me Dave.
Okay. Well, that's a little too loud. You see it went into the red zone there. The other thing, do you notice there's just a little bit more room hum? We're here today. They're not going to hear me.
Oh.
Okay. I can't do this because it's echoing. They're not going to hear me, but we're going to talk about something that's very near. All right. So what I would ordinarily do is just leave this volume right where it is and then go for audio gain as a way to bring his voice a little more to the forefront. I think it's Command G, or maybe it's just G. Okay, yeah. Adjust gain by, I usually start with like 6 points or so to bring it up, and notice that the waveform jumps up just a little bit. What if I brought it way up? What if I brought it up to like 18? You're going to see that waveform. That's obviously way too high, but I just want you to see that's, I'm afraid to listen to it. Dear to your heart today, which is sunburn.
I don't like sunburn.
Okay, yeah. What, you can hear me, who I'm not mic'd, pretty well with that, but that's way too loud for him. So in order to bring the gain down, let's bring it down by minus 10. All right, that still might be too loud for him. Let's listen. You don't like sunburn. Tell me your first memory. Yeah, that's still a little too loud. Minus, let's bring it down by 2. Of getting a sunburn.
My first memory of getting a sunburn was probably some lake that the family went to on a camp out.
Okay, and so that is looking pretty good to me.
Went out in the water for however long.
It might even be just a little too loud. Bring it down 2 more. But when you get it where you want, I've got a bunch of these clips here with him. The way I'm doing this, instead of hitting the G, I'm right-clicking on my mouse and then hitting audio gain. And I brought it up by about 4 decibels.
That I can remember.
So I would have to apply that to all my different clips. There should be a copy attributes. Have consistent audio through the entire interview. And then once I've got it edited like this, when I go from clip to clip, such as here, there's like a little bitty pop in there. Let's cut that. All right, so when I'm jumping from clip to clip here, one of the things that I like to do is we're going to lock this video track. We're going to place our little cursor here, right click, apply default transition, and that's going to bring my cross dissolve. But I don't want to necessarily like fade this in and out too much. What I'm really just going to do is smooth the little jump between those 2 clips. So I'm going to actually pull this really tight. And then when I play it, you shouldn't really hear any kind of clicking or popping between clip to clip.
The first time I got sunburn, I don't know how old I was. I'm guessing 11 that I can remember. And it was at a lake, you know.
Okay, so like probably I would take out that big pause and put like a picture of him when he was 11 years old. One of the things that's nice with sound as you're editing is you can take out the pauses, the ums, the stumbles as people are trying to figure out what to say, and it's a really pretty time saving to be able to take that stuff out if possible. So in any case, so we talked a little bit about raising the volume. Another thing that's kind of fun to do is to, in this case, he's talking about being outside. So I recorded some audio, some natural sound out in our backyard to put under this as like a just environmental sound.
As I recall, my shoulders and back were like...
So as he's talking, what the viewer is going to see are these little clips of, it's too short, these little clips of him being out, doing stuff with these plants. And then they'll hear the birds singing, and hopefully it'll be like evocative. That's pretty basic sound stuff. Let's take a little break here and we'll come back.